Hey, hi, hello, and good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to Harmony Portal Tarot. So for this pick a card reading, we are really going to dive into 2023 energies, the year ahead for you. I thought this would be such a great reading to see long-term into 2023 what's going on. In doing some research for the big next year or upcoming year reading that I like to do for myself personally, I came across the Year Ahead Tarot spread over on tarot.com, and I thought, wow, this would be something really great to incorporate in my 2023 reading. If you are new to pick a card readings, I just ask that you close your eyes, take a couple of deep cleansing breaths to center your energy, and focus in on pile number 1 with the pyrite, pile number 2 with the blue goldstone, and pile number 3 with the blue calcite. If more than one pile calls out to you, there may be messages in different piles for you. But once you've selected your pile or piles, you can go ahead and check the description box below for the timestamps, and I also pin them as a top comment. But please remember, these are general readings, so only take the information that resonates with you, your life, your situation, and just go ahead and leave the rest behind. Without delaying this any further, I'm going to give you a moment to meditate on your cards, and I will see you over at your reading. Hello, group number 1. Before we get into your 2023 in-depth prediction, I just wanted to let you guys know I have a live stream channel and a Patreon with lots of exclusive content over on those platforms. Links for both of those can be found in the description below. But of course, for this pick a card, we are diving into your 2023 energies, just an in-depth prediction on what you can expect for the year ahead. So, we've got a couple oracle cards already dealt out, but I think we're going to put those over here out of the way because if you saw the infographic at the beginning of the video, in the intro, you can see we're going to need quite a space for our little year ahead spread, or not so little. There's 7 cards, but they all kind of fan out. So we're just going to go ahead and shuffle in. So, the first card we are dealing out in the 7 card spread is called the Sunset, and this is lessons you have learned from 2022. So there's the lessons from 2022. The second card is the Horizon card, so what you can expect in 2023, and that's over here. And for the third card, this is the obstacle or challenge that you will be facing in 2023. Hopefully I have to fix my... helps a little maybe. We will have to maybe readjust this, but let's get into the fourth card. This is the Strength, or how to harness your power in 2023. So for the fifth card, this is Advice, Lessons You Learned in 2022. Sixth card is Navigation. So this is your guidance for 2023. And then the seventh card, I'm going to take from the bottom of the deck. This is your Clarity card, your personal theme or the underlying energy for you for 2023. All right, so let's tune into Group 1's Sunset energy, the lessons that you have learned from 2022. We have here the Champion of Vessels or the Knight of Cups. So you guys have really learned in 2023 emotionally what feels good, emotionally what doesn't feel good. You've even tuned into who feels good around you, who doesn't feel good, and really faced some of your emotions. I don't know if some of you have done some really deep cleansing or healing of trapped emotions, past emotions, baggage, regret, wounds from your past. You've really worked in 2022 to overcome a lot of this. If this is not something you've done on a conscious level, please just know that this is something that was kind of cleaned and cleansed with your higher self's permission and help and guidance on a more subconscious level. So even if you can't point to something that you did, like as far as actions you took, this was taking place for maybe some of you on a more subconscious level. But for those who've really done the healing and the inner work, just know that has paid off in such a huge way for you and will be something you can really carry with you into 2023. And it's very funny, we've got a backpack here, and as I like to say, you know, those old wounds, guilt, resentment, just traumas and stuff that we carry around in that backpack full of bricks. I always would talk about that over on my Done Creative channel. Not so much this channel much yet that I can recall, but something that I would always talk about over there. And as we lighten the load of the regret, the wounds, the traumas, and the things from the past, cutting cords from the past, it really lightens our load energetically and even maybe sometimes physically speaking, so we can bring in new, fresh energy for which to play and grow and learn from. So now that's the sunset. Let's see the horizon. This is what you can expect in 2023 itself. And we have here the Four of Wands. So someone's getting a new home this year, or you are working toward just happiness, bliss, and harmony in your home life. Redecorating, cleansing, clearing is kind of a theme that you're carrying into 2023 from 2022. So some of you might have started some home renovation projects, or were thinking of moving, or trying to get the ball rolling and moving, or you did move in 2022 and now you're just really making your house a home in 2023. For others of you, this could indicate marriages, big celebrations, family reunions, gatherings, get-togethers in 2023. And I don't just see one big event. I see multiple, at least two, maybe even three for some of you, big events, quite possibly even travel. I know this is such a homebody card, but this to me feels like expanding horizons as well, because this door is open. So, the possibilities really are endless here. So maybe taking some sort of big extended family vacation or something like this could be going down for you in 2023, which is very, very exciting. So let's tune into the obstacle energy or the challenge you might be facing in 2023. Ooh, we have Judgment here. So there's a lot of spiritual growth, a lot of spiritual up-leveling you're doing. And I just heard there might be a bit of spiritual bypassing, or it might be tempting to try to spiritually bypass something because you're very immersed in a project or a relationship or something you've got going on in the more material world that you just ain't nobody got time for that. Like, that's the energy coming through. But yet at the same time, as you face your more spiritual side and allow more of your higher self to come online, allow more of that ego to fall away, you are getting the key to happiness. You're getting a key to success. And quite possibly some of you, that challenge that you're overcoming is a key to that new home. And by the end of 2023, you'll be in a different housing situation than you are in now. But this also is overcoming judgments of yourself, judgments of others, and others judging you as well. And there just might be a little uptick in people judging you or passing judgment, but this is because you're growing, you're evolving, you're leveling up. And sometimes, and oftentimes, if not almost all the time, when we start to level up and other people in our lives are just content or complacent where they are, they feel triggered or maybe even sometimes personally attacked by you switching up your habits or your game plan or your goals. And even though it has nothing to do with them, it threatens the status quo for them and the way they operate in your energy, if that makes sense. So you might be triggering people without even realizing it, but this is actually ultimately for not only your highest good, but also their highest good. I like to call obstacles opportunities for growth. So maybe looking at this obstacle or challenge energy as an opportunity for your biggest growth and ascension in the year 2023. So that's how I'm looking at this card. You can choose to look at it however you want, but I really do see this is can't go out around it, can't go over it. You gotta go through it. That's the name of the game here, is just going through the paces and getting things done. All right, so the strength here is how to harness your personal power in 2023. We have the Seven of Wands. And this is an energy of standing up for yourself, standing firm in your beliefs. Although, remember, some of those belief systems are crumbling, falling, and shifting and changing. And that might be why you have to double down or kind of prove, or, well, it's not that you have to, but maybe you're feeling like you have to prove or explain all these changes in your life that you're making, or why you used to think this thing and now you think a totally opposite thing, or, standing up for yourself, or, standing by your belief systems, or just, standing up for yourself is such a theme for so many people that are taking and reclaiming their power. So your biggest strength is speaking from the heart, speaking from your soul, and letting others in a bit to know where you're coming from. Although, that all being said, you absolutely do not have to explain why you no longer want to go out and party all weekend, or why you want to move from this perfectly lovely house to a different house. You never have to explain yourself. But you guys might be finding strength in actually explaining where you're coming from, and people might be like, oh, okay, I can totally see that now. where maybe they were operating on false information or just assuming things about you, and now you're setting the record straight in 2023. So your strength is gained by standing in your authority, standing in your own power, and speaking up for yourself, and not just yourself, but those who don't have a voice. Being a voice for the voiceless, for the animals, for the earth, for children. Those of you who are parents, standing up for your children and explaining where you're coming from regarding your children so that other people can understand better ways, maybe even to treat your children. So this is the advice card. This is lessons that you have learned in 2022 that you're going to carry over that knowledge and wisdom into 2023. And we have the 10 of Wands. Okay, so this makes a lot of sense. So many people were very busy, very just overworked, an underpaid kind of energy, just feeling like all the energy you're putting out into the world is not coming back to you in a balanced way. But the beautiful thing is you've learned lessons through this over extending yourself or over scheduling or over booking your time, effort, attention into things that just really weren't even needed, or things you could have done without, events you could have done without going to, people you could have done without seeing. But it's really putting things in perspective for you in 2023 to know exactly what is meant for you. Saying yes when it's just an absolute yes, and saying no if it falls short of an absolute yes. This is going to be a year where you're really paring things down, tuning or kind of, simplifying your life in a big way. And that's one of the things that you learned in 2022 is that maybe I just have taken on too much. I own too many things. I just need to simplify my life, my workflow, my relationships, whatever that looks like for you. And that's such wisdom you're carrying into this next year. So for the 6th card, we have navigation, and this is the guidance that you have coming forward for 2023 from your guides. And we have the Crown of Wands, or the King of Wands. So again, really standing in your power, standing in your authority. This does not mean that you have to go on an ego trip and tell everyone they're wrong and, take charge and power and control over every situation. No. The King of Wands just rules with this air of authority over his own affairs, over his own domain, so to speak, and then inspires others through that. When the King of Wands is in its really dignified state, it's someone who leads by example rather than telling people what to do. This person will be the first one going into the fire or into the darkness and facing what they need to face to come out on the other side as such a strength for other people. And I really do see the strength and the navigation cards really linked for you in 2023. So this was the 4th card, and this is the 6th card. So the number 46 or the number 64 might be relevant, but you add those together, it's a brand new beginning. By standing up for yourself, standing in your own air of authority, reclaiming your sovereignty on this planet, by literally saying to those false construct, false light systems, I rebuke you, I'm not playing in that energy, I am claiming my sovereignty, my divinity, and I am operating in the true light, source, God, creator, whatever that looks like, or whatever you consider that for yourself, and really operating from this place of your soul in such a bigger way than you ever did before. So the clarity card here, this is your personal theme for 2023, and we have here temperance. Yes, balancing, as above, so below, as within, so without. You're balancing things. You're spending a lot of time alone, but you're also counterbalancing that with the connections in your life. You're spending time at home, but also going out and meeting people and talking and being excited about your life. You are saying yes to certain things, but also saying no to certain things. So it's all about finding the balance, the moderation. Some of you might be starting this year and continuing. For the first time ever, you might think, well, every year I try to get on a better, diet or lifestyle change, and then I just fall off by the end of January. This year you're doing it. Whatever it is you're setting your mind to and setting a goal of and taking action on, you're finally putting the rubber where it meets the road, and you're getting to business. You're getting down to work. But you're also balancing all that work out with wonderful self-care, self-love, contemplation, introspective energy, because the year 2023 itself is a universal year number 7, which is about that hermit vibe and really learning the truth of who we are on a deeper level, that self-knowledge, maybe really diving into your astrology or self-development, self-help, healing, growth, learning your birth card, your tarot cards, your numerology, your human design. You guys are really going all in this year to learn the most you can about who you are on a deeper level, which is so, so beautiful. So your basically your theme for the year is going to be balance or everything in moderation. But temperance is also a very spiritual energy. It is the spirit guide energy in and of itself. And this is you really calling on your guides, knowing you don't have to do it all alone. You can call on your guides, angels, higher self, and true source God, creator light, whatever that looks like for you. Calling on these energies to help you invoke all the changes, all of the manifestations that you are wanting to have happen this year. So I think what I'm going to do now is clear this part of the table and then get the oracle cards out. Okay, so the card you actually use to select your pile group 1 is the song card, Heart, Harmony, and Messages. This is all about you tuning into your heart, being in harmony or in communion with those around you, and also receiving a lot of downloads or messages, quite possibly through music or songs. Those of you that are songwriters, this is going to be such a prolific year for your songwriting or your musical abilities, your musical talents. If that's something that's more of a hobby for you, this is just letting you know, hey, the energy is ripe for you to really dive into your more singing or music hobby, whatever that looks like. If that's listening to music, creating music, singing, whatever you've got going on in that area, there is a lot of heart-centered energy coming to you through songs and music, but also a lot of downloads, a lot of messages. We also have the healer card here, which is all about compassion, recovery, and consent. So again, you guys are taking that beautiful heart energy that has been just ripe in your reading and really taking it to the streets, you know, where the rubber meets the road, like we were saying earlier, and really doing your darndest to heal yourself, heal your life, help heal those around you if they are open to it. Some of you might be even taking some sort of Reiki certification or healing modality of some sort, whether that's Western medicine approach of doctors and nurses in that line, or something more holistic or natural or Ayurvedic or energy, quantum healing. You guys are, if you're not becoming a healer in some regard, you're seeking out a healer in some regard. And if you would like to get in on our healing sessions over on Patreon, we have a healing circle once a month, and every month that goes by, we just have yet another video that you can watch as many times as you want and just get additional benefits every time you watch it to take part in those quantum healing sessions. They are so powerful and so much fun. So come join us over on Patreon. It's for the top tier of Patreon if you would like to come join us. Then we have the festival card, celebration, fun, and material goods. So this goes hand in hand with your, yeah, there it is, your home card, your Four of Wands. This is the celebration, the gatherings, the home stuff, the decorating, the decluttering, purging, and just making your space as homey, as cozy, as fun and vivacious, and also cozy at the same time. Can we have vivacious and cozy? Yes, I think we can. It's all about the mood. It's about the lighting. Maybe you guys have been thinking about changing the lighting in your place or getting additional lighting to really set the mood at certain times of day. But also an increase in material goods, which usually comes as a result of an increase in material wealth. So I don't know if you're doing furniture shopping or home shopping, or, if you are buying that new home, you're of course purchasing the home, which is a material good, also an asset, but maybe some things for the home. Those of you that aren't moving, don't plan to move, maybe you're just redecorating, repurposing different things, releasing or letting go of old things, getting a couple of new things. This could also include clothing. I'm really drawn to their clothing here, and there's some clothing hanging in this store here as well. But also going to concerts, going on vacations, just going places, celebrating, going to family events, family reunions, family gatherings, graduations, weddings, all the above. You really are taking it to the streets this year, both at home, you're, balancing that moderate approach of being home, but also being out and about as well. So let's go ahead and get 2 cards from this deck. What Group 1 needs to know of the year ahead, 2023, anything they need to know, advice, wisdom, what can they expect. And we have here Amanita, I hope I'm saying that right, and this is a conduit, which is very interesting because I'm putting this right next to the healer card, which, any person and every person out there is a healer, whether you know that or not. You are a healer, person down the road's a healer, that guy on the internet's a healer, everyone's a healer. It's just many people choose not to tune into these abilities, to some capacity. But when you realize you are a healer, That lets you know you are a conduit for the divine. You can also be a conduit for the dark, depending where you're putting your attention and your energy and what you've given either written or unwritten consent to. And a lot of ways that they kind of go around our free will consent is through movies, media, news, mainstream narratives that play out. There's a lot of dark energy attached even to music. So it's like we really got to use our discernment. And 2023 is going to be a year you might be changing a lot of your personal preferences with movies, music, mainstream, if you follow a mainstream narrative at all, or the mainstream, whatever, TV shows, movies. You might just find yourself pulling back a lot from that and finding alternative routes for these forms of entertainment, or creating your own quite possibly as well. But you are a conduit mostly for the divine, I'm seeing. Of course, we all can be infiltrated with dark forces. We're just bombarded constantly with dark entities and energy, and it can be very overwhelming to think about just the amount of interference and just targeted, just like weapons, and it's just, it's a lot. But we can balance out knowing that this is a thing without falling down this rabbit hole or in a spiral of just feeling completely out of our own power. Because remember, a big part of your year 2023 is reclaiming your sovereignty. So yes, you can understand the darkness is out there, but instead of diving into the darkness so much that you get lost in it, you can just reclaim your sovereignty over that darkness that's outside of you. Of course, the darkness that's inside of you, that's what you're working to recover or heal this year. It's probably not all going to be accomplished in one year, but you know how it is. It's a layer, like onions, peeling layer and layer and layer off an onion until there's nothing left. Pretty much our whole lifetime can be spent in healing. So you don't have to just heal and think that you'll arrive at the summit, because a lot of times in an incarnation, we never heal everything. And we even have a lot of baggage from past lives that we bring into this life. So just setting the intention that you'll heal as much as you can is enough. You don't have to just try to heal everything in your life all at once, because that's just almost just unrealistic for any of us. But we also have here the Mitragynea. Oh my goodness, I really do apologize that I'm mispronouncing this. But this is the shape-shifting card. We also have the numbers 42 and 34, so those might be relevant to you this year. It's very interesting because we have the 42, which adds up to 6, which we're coming out of a universal year number 6 with 2022 and going into that universal year number 7 with the 34. 3 plus 4 is 7 for 2023. So I think it's beautiful, just a nice progression from the 6 to the 7. But you are, again, shifting your beliefs, shifting your interior world, shifting your exterior world with your home and the way you express yourself. There's a lot of shifting to your personality and your perspective in life coming in 2023, which is such a beautiful thing, because we don't want to live a life where we're constantly just staying the same. The only thing constant is change. So if we remain the same, it's almost like we're going against the natural state or the natural flow of life by just remaining the same. All right, let's get one of these. Actually, let's see if we can get 2 of these. I think they'll fit right down here. All right, anything else for group 1 for 2023? We have here see beyond the past. What were we just saying about not changing? We want to change. We want to see beyond the past. And it's very interesting. We have a 23, which adds up to a 5. So the year 2021 was a universal year number 5. So there might have been something that happened before 2021 that you're finally moving through coming into 2023. Actually, I think I'm going to get 3 of these to really even it out here. All right, what else does group 1 need to know for 2023? And that's 2 cards. Look at that. All right, so we have here sacred boundaries. And very interesting with this conduit energy and giving consent. This is sacred boundaries by saying no to those darker forces that want to inundate and infiltrate and steal or siphon our energy. We're saying no. We're standing up for our beliefs with the King of Wands and that 7 of Wands that we had in the tarot portion. Setting sacred boundaries. And we have yet another 7, but this is the number 43. 4 plus 3 is 7. 42 to 43, there's progression here. Major progression. And then let go and bury with the number 17, which adds up to 8. So you're actively taking action to let go and bury the things that are no longer serving you. You can see beyond the past into the future. And of course, the present moment is the most powerful moment we can ever be in, because it's the only moment we have any sense of power or control over anything. That's where your power lies, is a present moment. That King of Wands energy is very present throughout this reading. So that is your message, Group 1. I hope it resonated. Please feel free to let me know below what you thought. Any stories you want to share? Any engagement on my channel really does help. And I just wanted to let you guys know we are rounding closer and closer toward 800 subscribers. And when we get to 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to be going through the comments of all of my past videos here on Harmony Portal Tarot to select a couple of winners for a free reading giveaway. So the best way to get in on that is to leave a comment here and on any other video that you watch here, and that basically is an entry into this giveaway. So let me know what you thought. Thanks again so much for your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and your donations. Thank you so much to those who have sent donations. It really does keep this channel going forward. I really do appreciate you, and I hope to see all of you right back here at Harmony Portal Tarot. All right, you guys, bye. Hello, group number 2. Before we get into your 2023 in-depth prediction, I just wanted to let you guys know I have a live stream channel and a Patreon with lots of exclusive content over on those platforms. Links for both of those can be found in the description below. But of course, for this pick a card, we are diving into your 2023 energies, just an in-depth prediction on what you can expect for the year ahead. So we're going to go ahead and move this little stack of oracle cards over here out of our way. We are going to be doing the 7-card spread from Tarot.com, the yearly tarot spread. So we're going to be starting with card number 1. This is the Sunset card. Lessons you are bringing in to 2023 from 2022. And that'll go right about here. I might have to rearrange this just a bit once we get going, but let's get it all dealt out first. Okay. The Horizon card will be what you can expect in 2023. And it's actually, is it top or bottom? It's to the top one. Okay. Sometimes I gotta ask Spirit for help. Okay, and the 3rd card in the spread is the Obstacle, or as I like to call it, Opportunity for Growth. This was going to be the challenge that you're facing in 2023. And the 4th card is your Strength, how to harness your inner power. The 5th card is Advice, lessons you learned in 2022. And the 6th card is Navigation card, your guidance for 2023. And the 7th card, your Clarity card, is your personal theme for 2023. And I always take that from the bottom because that's the underlying energy taking you through the year ahead. So let me just go ahead and fix this up and we'll be right back. So let's go ahead and start with your first card, the Sunset card. Lessons that you have learned, group 2 from 2022. And we have the 2 of Wands. So lessons you've learned that it's finally time to take action on some plans. Any plans you had in 2022 or goals you had that you couldn't quite take those actions on. One of the lessons you learned in 2022 that now is the time to take that leap of faith into whatever it is you want to manifest, create, design, become, do, create. I just keep hearing the word create, create, create. So you guys really are clearing the deck from past energy so that you have this new energy to create in 2023. So lesson from 2022 is that the time is now. You can't wait any longer. Now is the time to really buckle down and get started on your life. Start living your life to the fullest right now, even if the outside or external circumstances, maybe even all the internal circumstances, don't quite line up with the life you know you're destined to live. Start living as that version of you now. One thing you guys can do is do some quantum jumping meditation or timeline shifting, timeline jumping meditations that can really put you in alignment with your highest potential, highest timeline in any given moment to really quantum leap you into something that feels way more fitting to where you want to go. But that all being said, 2022 might have been a very rough year for some of you because you felt stuck. You felt you couldn't move forward in the way that you wanted. But you had these big dreams and goals and ideas and it just wasn't happening. And it's very interesting because on the traditional Rider-Waite depiction of the 2 of Wands, we usually have the globe. He's holding the globe or, you know, the earth in his hand. And you can see the formations of land and, of course, the water of the ocean. But on this, it's just like a grid. It's a blank slate. It's like you're jumping from one quantum reality to another. So you really, you're the artist. You're the one with the the brush in your hand to really start painting that canvas that you call your life. You know, each brush stroke is an action you're taking in your life to create the life you love. And that so many of you have really maybe even gotten into planning. Maybe you even really went on a rabbit hole on YouTube on planners and agendas and how to plan your life, how to set goals, how to, knock your goals out of the park and all this stuff. But into 2023, you're really taking action on some things that you're going to be very pumped come 2024 that, wow, I'm so glad I did it. I'm so glad I put myself out there and made the thing happen. So for your horizon, this is what you can expect in 2023, although we've already kind of tuned into that. And it's very interesting that this one seems to be in a reverse. So this is just letting you know, through 2023, you're going to have a lot of temptations, a lot of maybe even outside interference or voices in your head from other people or just, the media or the mainstream, whatever, that's like, no, you don't want to do this. It'd be more fun to go party or be more fun to, put off tomorrow what you could do today. It's a very procrastination energy that could be coming with you into 2023 because you have these grand plans that you've had since 2022, maybe even before then. But maybe sometimes you get a bit overwhelmed this year and you're not quite sure where to invest your energy or your time or your effort that it'll pay off the most. And I would say follow your heart and do the thing that you know is going to create that life for you in the future that you are really going toward. The one that is going to feel the most stable and secure for you. That might look like at times putting your fun aside for a day or two so that you can get some things done and accomplished to be that much farther on your plan. But this is not a year that you need to just, blow all the fun out the water and just work on, focus on work. No, that's not what we're saying here. But there will be a lot of temptations to derail you. And this is not something really coming from inside you. If it is coming from inside you, these are external forces, dark forces. There is a major spiritual war going on, and there has been for really millennia on this planet, but it's really ramped up in the last couple of years. I'm sure most of you know by just going to bed at night and having these wild and crazy dreams. One hot tip for you, you do not have to go to the astral realm anymore. As far as my inner guidance has told me, the astral realm is in free fall. It's in collapse, and it is a dumpster fire over there. So one of the things I've been doing every night before bed is I just set an intention to connect to the organic 5D matrix or beyond. You could connect to source if you want at bedtime. That would be amazing. But just no more playing in the dumpster fire of the astral realm could really help you avoid a lot of these temptations. And also just watching, yes, and I know sometimes this is a form of entertainment and we deserve downtime and everything, but a lot of times our minds are so hyper-stimulated that at the end of a day we're like, oh, I just want to veg out and watch my favorite TV show or something. But then when that TV show, you binge watch a couple episodes and then you go to bed, and then now your mind is thinking about these characters and their lives and what you would have done differently, and it's like information overload. So one of the best words of advice I would give you with this devil energy in your 2023 horizon position would be to cut out as many unneeded viewpoints, opinions, perspectives. But again, this is not just you having it all figured out and not listening to anyone. That's not what I'm saying here, but just the extra noise. You don't need to know what your third grade neighbor back in the day had for dinner last night on Facebook and see the picture of the dinner they made. I mean, it might be fun and everything, but is that information really fueling your goals or, helping you live the life you want? Most likely not. And that energy spent scrolling, on Facebook or TikTok or even YouTube would be better spent doing something that is actually giving you a sense of gratification for putting in a lot of effort into something that is going to pay off in a big way for you. Really tackling your goals. You guys are more of at least the two piles I've read for, more goal-oriented and action-oriented than the other pile so far. But if you're here from pile one, hi! You yourself are also goal-oriented because here you are. But you guys have not just these random little dreams. You have some big dreams that you want to have happen or manifest or accomplish in 2023. And you're not going to be able to do it by spending a great portion of your time just scrolling mindlessly or, investing in what everyone else has going on. Yes, you can have those key players, those really important people in your life that of course you're absolutely totally invested in what they've got going on, and you're their cheerleader and you're rooting for them and you're that shoulder to cry on if they need help. Absolutely. But you don't need to be that energy for everyone all the time. That's really what we're saying with this temptation. You guys are fixers. You want to go out there and help and fix and, not in so much a codependent way, although sometimes it can get into codependency. Some of you might have struggled in the past with codependency, or maybe even still do struggle with codependency. But this could even be indicating in 2023 you're cutting cords from the past of codependency or issues where it's almost like your energy was tied to someone else, or someone else was siphoning that energy from you, or utilizing your life force energy in ways you gave no permission to have happen. Okay, so let's move on to the obstacle challenge in 2023 that you will be facing, but I like to call obstacles and challenges opportunities for growth. So let's look at it that way. Let's reframe it. Opportunity for growth. Ooh, look at this. This was the clarity position, or the, underlying energy for group 1. So some of you might have been attracted also to group 1. If that's the case, there's additional, almost more extended reading or in-depth reading for you if you would like to also check that energy out. A lot of amazing nuggets came out over in their reading as well. But wow, temperance energy. So obstacle to overcome will be that you are going into more overindulgence in one thing. Again, with the temptation to overindulge in too much TikTok, too much partying, too much, bad food and drink that we probably shouldn't be consuming, not just with our eyes, but with our stomachs, the things that we consume. So you're being asked to find moderation and balance. Again, like I said earlier, it's not all about throwing all the fun out the window and never having any fun or doing anything quote unquote frivolous this year. No, it's just not getting caught in those traps where you're trying to get some work done, you're checking emails or trying to answer emails, and you just go real quick to Facebook, and then 2 hours has gone by, you haven't touched your emails, or TikTok. I think TikTok's more of a time suck for a lot of people now than Facebook, but oh my goodness. I don't even have TikTok, and I just feel the energy of siphoning your focus, siphoning your life force energy, your motivation to accomplish your own dreams, because you're seeing so many things and it's so quick. It's almost like dopamine overload for so many people. So a major social media detox might be in order for you to really help kind of reset your brain to not need those temptations, or not that anyone needs a temptation, but to fall prey to a temptation. And I really hope you guys don't feel beat up. I'm almost like my ego's coming through like, hey, this is kind of mean, Spirit. Why are you getting on them? But Spirit's kind of, I guess, giving you a bit of tough love this year, that now is the time. It's time to put those big girl, big boy, bloomers, britches, panties, whatever you want to call them, put those on and get to business. Again, does not mean you can't play and have fun and, indulge in some temptation once in a while. But when you're allowing that to override or overrun all those beautiful goals and dreams and plans that I know you guys have, that's where it becomes a problem or a challenge. But I think you're going to be able to overcome this through moderation, okay? So the 4th card here, we have strength. So this is how you are harnessing your personal power this year. Look at this. You guys might not only be doing some sort of social media detox, maybe you're also doing some sort of financial detox where you're cutting out subscription boxes, you're cutting out frivolous purchases, maybe you're eating more at home or making coffee at home. Again, cutting out the temptation. I know. This does not mean we can't indulge once in a while, but you're really being asked to start saving money, or, for the long-term goal. This is like legacy energy. It's not just in the moment, oh, I got this bonus, let me figure out what I can spend it on. This is planning for long-term goals, 5 years out, 10 years out, 20, 30, 40, your lifetime. Planning for your children's education, if that's something that's important to you, or being able to buy a home or a homestead, I see is something someone wants to do. And especially if you're here from group 1, then absolutely that's probably your energy coming through. But this is about creating a legacy, a long-term stable foundation for not only you, but your family and those that come after you, and maybe even parents, those of you that have parents that you want to help out. You absolutely are looking for ways to be able to do that this year as well. But there could be a bonus, a raise, a promotion, just a complete level up, another income stream or 2 or 3 or 4. You guys are really bringing in that financial abundance this year with this 10 of Pentacles in your strength position. So one of the strengths is money is coming more easily to you. The flow of money is just opened up. There could even be some transits going on, some positive transits to your 2nd house, quite possibly your 8th house. That's like sudden rises in life. Ooh, look at that. I knocked the temperance right out of balance. Sudden ups and downs in life is the 8th house energy, which is directly opposite the second house. So there might be, I don't know, you might even have North Node, South Node transiting your second and eighth house right now. Or, Rahu Ketu for those of my Vedic lovers out there. But there is this definite level up energy going on for you. And the strength is to know that you already are everything you seek outside of you. It's already exists within you. And just remembering that this universe is abundant and not playing in that lack mentality anymore is really going to benefit you to help you rise up or level up in this regard. Okay, so next card we have here is the number 5. This is the advice, lessons that you have learned in 2022. So this will become the wisdom you carry into 2023. Ooh, look at that 4 of Pentacles. Yes, this is about getting really serious about your finances, setting a budget, or starting to save for something. Those of you that have like a lot of debt, this is paying that debt off or consolidating this debt in some way, or just wanting to really get a handle on your financial security, specifically going into the future. So making a plan to get out of debt, making a plan to pay off a car, a house. This is payment energy, like being able to pay something off. So some of this additional income coming in might afford you to be able to pay off your car this year, your home this year, any outstanding credit card debt this year. You're just getting down to financial business this year and cutting a lot of just frivolous spending out. And again, because this is the energy kind of started in 2022, maybe you've already, again, made plans for it, but haven't quite taken that leap of faith on it or, the action in that direction. But others of you have already started to really pay things off. And it's going to be in 2023 that you can maybe even call yourself debt-free for some of you, which is such an accomplishment in this society. It's such an accomplishment. Okay, so this is going to be the 6th card, navigation. This is your guidance for 2023. And we have the 7 of Vessels, 7 of Cups. So, and I think here's where this makes so much sense, where you might be led astray with some of this temptation energy and, really indulging and then continuing to indulge and indulge and indulge. That energy is there. But of course, because you know about this, you can plan for it and kind of preemptively avoid having the temptation come in by setting yourself up for success. Because the 7 of Cups is all about having many options, maybe even unlimited options for some of you. So many options that you're just like, I don't know what streams of income or, income revenues and streams that I need to focus on. I would say pick your top 3 and focus on those so much that one will be a very clear winner. You might even figure out that one of these income streams really is just kind of a time suck, or it really wastes your time. It's not really bringing you the benefit that you thought you'd get out of it. You can release or let go of that one. Maybe even bring in a different income stream, or just basically narrowing your focus. So the guidance for 2023 is, yes, narrowing your focus, yet at the same time believing everything is possible, which I know is almost like, well, wait a minute, that almost kind of, is a dualistic kind of energy, which yes, it is, but this is letting you know that the timelines, there's unlimited amount of timelines you can tune into, quantum jump to, quantum leap to, and not having to stay stuck in the past or in this kind of very subdued energy of playing small or lack mentality or just not living up to your full potential. The possibilities are endless. Yet, that all being said, you need to limit your focus to like 3 main priorities and really go all in on those, because that's where you're really going to see that financial and even like emotional payoff. I'm seeing like emotional payoff as well. Yeah. So the 7 card here is clarity, and this is your personal theme for 2023. And look at that, 9 of Wands. You're just getting to work. You're continuing to get to work. I always call the 9 of Wands my Olympic athlete card, because this person has put in so much effort, blood, sweat, tears, just dedication to their craft, to their sport, to whatever it is your goals are. You've put so much dedication in, and this is going to be the year you win that gold medal, whatever that looks like for you, whatever area of life. But this is saying don't give up. Yes, put in that hard work. Yes, these Olympic athletes, they work probably, 16 hours a day on their sport. But at the same time, I think when it is time to play, they really allow themselves that time to play. So I would say if we had to put a percentage to it, you're going to be doing 70% work this year and about 30% play. But please do not forget that 30% play, because that's going to be so important for fueling you, filling your cup back up so that you can use that 70% of work to really gain some momentum in your goals this year. Okay, so I think what we're going to do now is clear this away and put out the oracle cards. Okay, so our first 3 oracle cards, we're going to start right here in the middle with the card you used to select your group number 2. And this is the Moon card, Cycles, Cleansing, and Destiny. So yes, this person, it's like very interesting how we had, for that first card out from 2022, which one was it? Somewhere in here, there we are. Almost that blank slate we were talking about. And all the papers flying and pages flying out of this book are blank pages. This is for you to write something completely new. You know, create a life you love. It's blank slate energy, and the sun is very blank slate energy in and of itself. I just am now realizing you have the moon and the sun and the moon. Some of you might even have your moon and sun opposite each other, but this is also letting me know that every full moon, when the sun and moon are transiting opposite of each other, that's your power time. You guys are really living maybe even by the lunar phases or moon phases this year to really tune into what is best for you and just living in like a more cyclical and more seasonal way of life this year. But yeah, you're really doing the cycle thing. You're knowing that there are times where I can push and go and go and go and go, and other times I need to pull back, play, rest, and all of that. Again, you guys are kind of more into the work zone than the play and rest zone, but please still balance out all that work with some play and rest, please. And cleansing, yes, we've talked about cleansing. We've talked about doing some healing and letting go of the past so that you can move into your destiny, which is the future. Very North Node energy coming through. Some of you might even have a moon conjunct your North Node or your Rahu, if that resonates. Otherwise, when the moon transits your North Node, just know that, hey, some things are getting serious to where I can close out old cycles, cleanse from the past, and really reach my destiny. So with the Sun card here, this is all about nourishment, optimism, and leadership. So you guys really are stepping into this role of leader. Even if it's just in your own life, much like we kind of had that vibe with the King of Wands in group 1. This is you becoming a thought leader, a manifester in your own life, and it's inspiring other people to do the same. So you're not leading from this era of authority of do things my way, I'm in full control, like dictatorship vibes. No, this is you just living your best life, and people are asking you like, how are you doing this? Oh my goodness, I love what you did with that. How did you do it? And getting like actual advice from you. You guys are like such counselors this year, really giving your advice and know-how out. Although some of you, I'm saying, should probably charge for that advice because it's amazing advice, and that could be one of your income streams, is charging for this really good advice or being a mentor to somebody this year. But yeah, the sun, literally getting out in the sun, of course, being safe about it, being out midday for hours and hours is probably not a safe thing for any of us, but, using your intuition, when to tune into the sun, when to tune into the moon, this is really going to benefit your health, your vitality, and just your motivation and drive and desire. So some of you might even suffer from seasonal affective disorder, or the acronym says SAD, which is very fitting. So if you are in the more northern hemisphere and you do suffer from seasonal affective disorder, this is about finding alternative routes to get that sun or get that vitamin D to really help with your mood in those more winter months of 2023. And then we have the book card here. So it says identity, consciousness, and manifest. So yeah, very interesting. We had the book with the blank pages, but then in this book card, there's something written here. So you guys are starting to write. Someone literally may be writing a book this year or starting to write a book. Maybe some of that planning you had was for this book that you were going to write, and now is the time to actually write it. That might be a very specific message for just 1 or 2 people. Those that are already writing a book, just know, keep going, because that once you write that book, there's another step and another step and another step to get that book out in the world, get it published, get it out there. But for those of you that message doesn't resonate with, this is just starting a project and then seeing it through to the end, or seeing it through at least as much of 2023 as you can, as far as you can go, and then, pass the baton to year 2024 to take on with that rest of that project. All right, let's get some additional guidance for Group 2 for 2023. Anything else they need to know for the year ahead? And if you like this deck and the next one I'm using, I did a full deck haul, I don't know if I did an in-depth review, but I showed every single card. It's going to be coming out on my Dunk Creative channel, the Dunk Creative. So look for that very soon over there. what we have here, Comfrey, or Comfry, I never know how to say that right, but this is about completion. Yes, closing out those old cycles so that you can really put your time, effort, focus, and attention into something that is right before you, that you're currently building or creating for yourself. We also have Milk Thistle with Peaceful Warrior, and this is really going hand in hand with that, like, you know, leadership role of the sun here. But again, you're doing it in a very peaceful way. And I love this. We've got the number 32 and the number 23. Mirrors of each other. They both add up to 5. So there are big changes coming that you can close out these old cycles and be a peaceful warrior. Where maybe in the past you felt like just like a out there in your face warrior, or just too much of a timid person to even consider yourself any kind of warrior. But what we mean by warrior here is like a spiritual warrior. You are doing so much good on the light side of the spiritual warfare that we have been in for millennia, and it's really amped up these last few years. So being a peaceful warrior, not by fighting back, you know, you can't fight fire with fire in this spiritual battle. What you have to do instead is take back your power, take back your sovereignty, and shine your freaking light. You got the sun and the moon here, which is both the light source and the reflection of the light source. So some of you even might be dealing with a twin flame connection. Again, with the mirrors with 32 and 23 here, twin flame vibes. But everyone has a twin flame within themselves. A union of the divine masculine and the divine feminine within ourselves is the ultimate and most intimate twin flame journey we can be on. The union of divine masculine and divine feminine within ourselves. And then beyond that, some people have a twin flame incarnated, others do not. So take what resonates with that. But everyone is a twin flame with your own divine masculine and divine feminine energy, and reuniting them because they are very, very separate in this dualistic, 3D matrix that so many people reside in. The divine masculine and divine feminine are very, very separate. But this year is about you bringing them together in a very peaceful way. Okay. What else does a group 2 need to know about the year ahead, 2023? And again, this deck is also featured in my deck haul on the Done Creative, which is not out yet at the time of my filming, but it will be very soon. And one more for group 2, 2023 vibes. I hope you're loving this reading so far. I'm loving doing these. These are so fun. So we have You Are More. Yes, you are. And you're realizing you are more than you gave yourself credit for in the past. We've also got the number 30. We've got the number 33. So nourish your shadow, or nourish the shadow, I should say. Yeah, this is about giving that shadow energy within you what it needs. This is just observing it. You don't have to feed it so much as they're showing here, this nourishing. You don't have to feed it and allow it to take over in that regard, but you're feeding it as far as your attention, your love, your care, so that you can integrate the shadow into a usable aspect that's really going to power and benefit you in the year ahead. And we also have Keep Trying. So especially those of you that, if first you don't succeed, try again is kind of the energy or the message I'm getting with this. So we have the number 30, 33, 32, 23, and 4. So any combination of those numbers, or if you want to add all those numbers up and come up with one ultimate angel number, you can have some additional homework by looking those up if you feel so inclined. Otherwise, that is your message. Just keep going. You are more than you gave yourself credit for in the past, and you're finally facing those darker or more shadow aspects of yourself. And when you do that, when you shine light on the shadow, it's no longer shadow, it's now light. It's integrated into the light. So many of our biggest, and I mean biggest, gifts and talents and power in life is hidden in our shadow. So once you start shining light on that shadow, you can reclaim that sovereignty, reclaim that power for yourself to use not only for yourself, for your manifestations, but for the good of this whole planet and beyond. So that is your message, group 2. Please feel free to let me know below what you thought, if it resonated, any stories you want to share. And just so you know, we are rounding about 800 subscribers at the time of my filming this. And once we hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to be looking through all the past comments on all my videos. So every comment that's been made up till now and, up till we reach about 1,000 subscribers is going to count as an entry into a free reading giveaway that I'm going to be doing. I'm thinking of giving away 3 readings, but stay tuned for that because you don't want to miss that. And the way to enter is literally just to comment. Just share your thoughts on your reading and you got an entry into this. So yeah, feel free to do that, not only on this video, but any of my past videos. And I just wanted to say thanks again so much for your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and your donations. Your donations literally have been keeping this channel going. So thank you so much to those who have taken a moment out of their day to let me know that they appreciated this reading. It just means so much to me. And I really, truly do hope to see all of you, Group 2, right here back at Harmony Portal Tarot. All right, you guys, bye. Hello, group number 3. Before we get into your 2023 in-depth prediction, I just wanted to let you guys know I have a live stream channel and a Patreon with lots of exclusive content over on those platforms. Links for both of those can be found in the description below. But of course, for this pick a card, we are diving into your 2023 energies, just an in-depth prediction on what you can expect for the year ahead. So let's go ahead and put your oracle cards over here out of the way, and we're going to go ahead and do the tarot spread I was talking about in the introduction with the 7 cards, and I will explain them as we deal them out. So the first card is your Sunset card, and this is the lessons that you have learned from 2022. So we'll put her right here. The second card is the Horizon, so what you can expect in 2023. The third card is your Obstacle, challenge that you're going to be facing in 2023, and as you all know, I like to call obstacles or challenges opportunities for growth. So let's put that one down. Here it is. So that's the third card. Fourth card is Strength, and this is going to be how to harness your personal power in 2023. And I'm going to probably adjust these because I never lay them out correctly. So your fifth card is going to be Advice card, and this is lessons that you learned in 2022 that you can integrate as wisdom for 2023. And the sixth card is Navigation, so guidance for 2023. And then seventh card will be from the bottom of the deck. This is Clarity. This is your theme for 2023. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust these and we'll be right back. All right, so we are starting with your first card, your Sunset card, lessons from 2022. So we have here the 8 of Cups, 8 of Vessels. So some of you, many of you, had to walk away from someone. Specifically, I'm seeing this as a relationship. This is a friendship, a significant other, a parent, a friend, someone in your life that is no longer in your life. This was maybe even very, very difficult for you to let this person go. Seeing someone here actually got divorced in 2022, but you went out to search for that missing piece, which really the missing piece is you, is what I'm hearing. So you really went out on a limb to discover you in 2022. And when you did that, you realized certain people or a person couldn't come along for the ride. If it doesn't resonate that this was a relationship you let go of, it could be a version of you or the relationship you have with yourself, a toxic pattern or cycle within a different relationship or one with yourself that you knew needed to go. It had to be let go of so that you could have a healthier relationship. And what I see for 2023 is you filling in the missing piece with that 9th cup. That is the wish fulfillment. It's the happiness, the destiny coming in. And it's very interesting. We've seen this set of footprints here. And it's kind of reminding me of that like Bible, I don't think it's a Bible verse, but it's like a story. It's called Footprints in the Sand. And at one point, the second set of footprints, which the person thought was Jesus or, God supporting, had disappeared. And the person thought, well, you abandoned me in the time I needed you most. And then I guess the whole thing goes, well, no, I didn't abandon you. I was carrying you. So this is you really, in 2022, maybe had to really lean on your spiritual support system or God, angels, archangels, whatever that looks like for you. You really had to lean on your spiritual support system. And even though at times you may have reached out and felt that they weren't there or how could they possibly be helping me, my life is falling apart, actually no, everything was falling into place. So for your Horizon card, this is what you can expect in 2023 itself. And we have the Champion of Vessels, which is very interesting because in Group 1, this was in the 2022 position. So some of you might even be here from Group 1. Very interesting. But what we see is this is like the 9th cup. I'm really seeing this Champion or Knight of Cups as the 9th cup. You went and found your emotional commitment or connection to yourself. You went on this quest, and it was you all along. Very Alchemist book vibes here. If you haven't not read the book, The Alchemist, oh, I highly recommend 10 out of 10. But yes, you are realizing in 2023 that you were the missing piece you were searching for. If you don't know it now, maybe on a conscious level, you're thinking, yeah, okay, I get it, whatever. But on a deeper level, you're getting it. You're getting it, you're getting it, you're getting it. You're feeling more connected emotionally to your own self, your own higher self, your own light, your own just beautiful divinity this year. And also strengthening the emotional connections with everybody in your life, or at least that very tailored few that you just really love and adore and admire. You might even be making a proposal of love, or it's a very romantic night coming forward to confess their love. So maybe you are kind of confessing your love to a partner or a friend, or just really letting the people in your life know how much they mean to you is such a big theme for you, that you're just speaking from the heart. And people are really here for it. Maybe you're dishing out a lot of compliments as well. But this isn't you just saying things to, just to say things. You truly and genuinely mean these compliments that you are giving people this year. Okay, so let's get into the third card. This is the obstacle, the challenge that you are facing in 2023. And like I keep spitting on the cards. My apologies, you guys. Hazard of the trade. But yes, this is your, opportunity for growth, as I'd rather call it. And look at this. We have the Devil. So this came out in group 2. And this is all about cutting those temptations. So the obstacle or challenge is you're going to be tempted a lot to maybe even stray away from your own emotional connection to yourself. This could be through social media, through, watching TV, watching Netflix, just comparing yourself to other people, other relationships that you see out there in the world, be they famous people or people that you know, and comparing, like they show the highlight reel on Facebook or Instagram or online somehow, but you don't see the struggles and the trials and the tribulations that these couples or people go through. So you compare your whole existence to their highlight reel, and that's just not realistic for anybody. So you're really cutting out a lot of false beliefs, limiting beliefs, a lot of temptation energy, or this is something that is the challenge for you, is to overcome these obstacles. And one of the big words of advice that we got for group 1, which I'm seeing is also very relevant to your group, is cutting out or detoxing, or at least very much cutting back on the amount of time spent scrolling social media, TikTok, all of this. TikTok specifically is something that I'm seeing energetically, and I didn't really mention this in the other groups, but energetically, there's a lot of darkness that is invested in sucking, and it's not the creators. Let's put that out there. The individual TikTok creators that are creating amazing content, it is not them or their energy that is siphoning your energy. It is, the system put in place. It's very, how much do I say? I don't want to basically get this channel in trouble like I did my other channel by speaking way too much truth. But I think if you know, you know. And if you don't know, maybe when the time is right, you will know. Does that make sense? Yeah, come over to Patreon. We can talk much more freely over there. We're not so censored. We can speak our minds and without fear of retribution on, the different platforms. So maybe that is something you're dealing with in 2023, is being able to speak your truth, but actually allowing that truth to reach who it needs to reach. It's so frustrating for me, just here on this channel, that I can't just freely speak like I did over my other channel, but I wasn't really freely speaking because this happened and hardly anyone was seeing what I had going on over there. So yeah, it's a kind of a weird double-edged sword that maybe you guys are really facing. Maybe that is one of your challenges in 2023, is being able to overcome this energy and really get in alignment with what is correct for you, and you're reaching the people you're meant to reach, however that looks for you. So the fourth card here we have is Strength, and this is how to harness your personal power. So we have the Four of Cups, Four of Vessels, and every time I pull this card, I'm reminded of the grass is greener on the other side. No. The grass is greener wherever you water it. So these three plants look very parched. Like this watering can has not been doing its job. And I don't see that you are purposely not watering what you should be, but it's more on you're watering the wrong thing, or, had spent some time in the past watering the wrong thing. And now you are nurturing yourself first and foremost, you're putting your oxygen mask on first and then helping those around you, because you guys are the type of people, especially the ones of you out there who are parents, or you're taking care of somebody, maybe you're even taking care of an elderly parent, where you give and give and give so much of yourself that there's not much left for you at the end of the day. And you're flipping the script on that. That's how you really regain or harness your personal power this year, is by watering your, filling your cup up first, putting your oxygen mask on first. And as I'm talking, my left leg, like the calf, like the shin part of my leg, is getting very hot for some random weird reason. I don't know why. I don't have anything touching my leg. It's just very hot right there. And that is the feminine side, or the receptive side of the body. You are very parched, almost like, the heat coming in. It's very desert energy with the receiving and the feminine side to relax, recuperate, rejuvenate. So unlike group 2, you guys are not being asked to go, 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 grind, grind, grind so much. You're being asked to pull back and give to yourself first and foremost, and then give from your overflow to everyone and anyone else. I know mothers and fathers with small children, that's very difficult to do, but you're finding ways to give back to yourself if that is your scenario, ways to fill your cup up at least a little bit before you completely deplete yourself. But even figuring out which connections of, in my life do I want to nurture, and which ones do I just want to let go of? Because we only have so much emotional real estate that we can keep up with. I think they said something like a person can have about 5 personal friends, like close friends, and any more than that, it becomes way too much. And even for me, it's like, I don't know, 5 even sounds like way too much. Like I can't, give the quality of relationship I would like to too many people all at once. It's just, I can't do it. Especially if I'm trying to give a lot to myself so that I can continue. It's very difficult. So you're finding out which connections you can kind of let go of, or just allow to kind of fade into the background. Doesn't mean you can't ever talk to these people again, or be friends, or go out, or whatever. But they're just not on your day-to-day radar, if that makes sense. But your own personal self-love, self-care is and should be on your day-to-day radar for you to be able to reclaim your personal power in 2023. So for the 6th card, this is the 5th card. This is the advice card. This is the lessons that you had learned in 2022. And we have the Magician here. So some of you learned how to manifest even better, or how to tune into your innate gifts and abilities on a deeper level than you ever had previously to 2022. And you're going to take this wisdom and advice as the advice here, this wisdom and guidance from what you learned about tapping into this inner magician. This is very higher self energy to me. It's like you're embodying more of your higher self every day that goes by. You're embodying more and more and more of it. And into 2023, which is up here, the guidance to move forward with this, you're really going to start seeing things change. But it's going to start with you filling your cup first. That is like the baseline of what needs to happen here for you to build upon this beautiful tower of, creation that you're creating this year, is to basically build a nice solid foundation of love and emotional support for yourself from yourself before then giving it to everybody else. Okay, now the 6th card, we have navigation. This is your guidance for 2023. And we have the Moon. So yes, this is all about listening to and following your intuition, your own inner insight, above and beyond anything external to you. If something does not sit right, if something does not resonate, you do not have to claim it as yours. This is you utilizing your own mind, your own intuition as well, to really create a life you love. And also with the Moon, it's a very creative energy, being able to utilize that imagination to create, to write a book, to make a painting, to redecorate your home. You're utilizing that beautiful energy of the Moon to create a life you love. But also with the Moon can come a bit of confusion. A lot of times, even when we have these big decisions to make, we do have some time to make them in. So any confusion you have, I would just say, make your choices and decisions in 2023 from a place of love rather than a place of fear. Make them from a place of love and abundance, as if everything is working out in your favor, rather than, okay, well, I better move now, because if I don't, the housing prices are going to go up, and this is going to happen, that's going to happen, and it's like a downward spiral. Don't make choices from that fear state. That is such a disempowered state to make choices with. That would be like in this card, well, we got to move because the plants aren't growing here. Well, what if you started watering the plants? I mean, these plants might be too far gone, but you get new plants and you water them on a timely schedule, you're going to start to see them grow. So it's almost like a bloom where you're planted energy for now. You're making the most of where you're at now and the resources you have available, the money you have available, the people in your life. You're making the most of what you have now and knowing, okay, yeah, I definitely don't want that person in my life anymore. Oh, I can get rid of that old couch. Just piece by piece by piece, you're clearing the clutter to really open your mind to what is your best choice, what is your best path, what is your best decision in 2023. So the 7th card here is your clarity card. This is how you're going to cut through all that confusion that this moon energy might bring up for you in 2023. And this is also your theme of the year, or the underlying energy following you around. And we have here the 4 of Pentacles. This is actually such a great card for those of you who are really looking to get your finances in order. And this came out also in group 2. But this is about, again, knowing not just where to spend your money and pay your bills, but also where do you spend your time? Where do you pay attention? This goes so far beyond just paying bills and getting out of debt and making more money and having different income streams. This goes about energy as well. This is where your attention is going. That's where your energy is flowing. But sometimes we do have to project our energy into those darker places or facets of life to shine the light on them, to make them integrate so they are not having control over us anymore. One of these things would look like looking into the darker facets of humanity, not getting caught up and down rabbit holes and lost in these darker facets of humanity, but just knowing that these things exist so that you can shine the light on them, bring attention to them, and then move on to something else. It's about not getting lost in the darkness. But when you got your light shining full power, you usually won't get lost in the darkness. That's the beautiful thing about that. So yeah, your theme for 2023 would be to really get yourself in a good budget, not just with your money, but your time, your attention, your effort as well. Really budget that time, effort, and attention, specifically putting the biggest slice of the pie in front of you for 2023. Because in 2022, you started this quest to come home to yourself, and you're going to find yourself in 2023. And this is about nurturing the connection you have to yourself even stronger in 2023. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do now is clear these away and make room for the oracle cards. Okay, so we're going to start right here in the middle, group 3, with the card you used to select your pile. And we have here the Weaver card. This is all about patterns, connections, and mediation. So this is about seeing the patterns, the cycles that have led you to where you are, specifically with the emotional state, your emotional connections to other people, and really being able to tune into your own emotions, seeing the different patterns that are at play in your life, maybe even signs, symbols, synchronicities that Spirit is showing you, making connections and putting the dots, connecting the dots and putting all the puzzle pieces together. And it's very interesting because we started your reading with that missing puzzle piece. So it's like you guys are connecting the dots, putting the pieces together, and finding that missing piece this year ahead in 2023. So this is such a powerful thing that you guys are doing this year. And the mediation part of this card really does represent, finding that kind of moderation, because your challenge was, if I'm remembering correctly, I think it was the Devil card. You just double check that it wasn't a different pile. Yes, it was you. So you're, kind of the tempering or the balance of the Devil card is the Temperance card, to be able to mediate between what needs done, what can wait for later, should I spend time for myself, should I spend time with others. Finding the nice balance for you guys is the key here in 2023. Then we have here the Two of Paper page, options, decisions, and dreams. Yes, going back to so many options out there. I mean, the possibilities really are endless. But with the decisions here, that might be where that moon energy of confusion was coming in. And in group 2, they had the 7 of Cups in that position where there's a lot of options. There's a lot of, options, and maybe even some confusion surrounding options. But this is maybe even a universal energy for 2023, because it is a universal year. 2023 is a number 7 in numerology. So this is about introspecting, diving deeper into who we are on a deeper level, on a soul level. So this is about you learning and knowing yourself on a deeper level so that you can make a decision, again, from a place of love and abundance rather than from a place of fear this year. Because a lot of our not every time, but a lot of the times when we do make a decision from a place of fear, it usually doesn't turn out the best. But when we make these just faith-based decisions that I know this is right for me, I don't know how I know, but I just know, and you take that leap of faith, almost like probably 10 times out of 10, those things tend to work out for us. We also have dreams on this card. So this is about being able to live a dream, being able to tune into your dreams and desires and make those things a reality for yourself this year. Because we also have the Four of Ink pen, manifestation, communication, and clarity. Yes, and with that, what was it, the Magician energy, there she is, that Magician energy that was in your number 5 position of advice, the lessons you've learned. You've learned how to manifest things more. And now I think in 2023, you're working a little deeper on your communication, not only with others, but the way you communicate with yourself is such a thing this year. And getting clarity by digging deeper and learning more about yourself. You're getting that clarity that's going to cut through any confusion that you might be facing with that moon energy that we had in the tarot portion of your reading. Okay, so what else does group 3 need to know? And by the way, the next 2 decks that I'm using, I am going to be doing, it's already filmed, I have not put it up yet though. At the time of your watching this, it might be up, I'm not sure. But I'm doing a deck haul on like 5 different decks that I got. And then I'm going to do a part 2 on 4 other decks I got. These 2 are included in part 1. And I'm really excited about these. I do a flip through and show you all the cards. Because I know when I'm buying Oracle cards, I'd like to see everything in the deck before I purchase. Because there have been a few that I saw a couple cool cards, but then, you know, you order it because you don't know what it all looks like. You order it, and then you're like, oh, I don't know. Kind of like I did with one of the card decks in the haul that I did. I was a little like, I don't know. But this one I definitely loved. But let's see what else for group 3. But check that out. It's going to be over on my The Done Creative channel very soon. If it is available at the time of my posting this, I will put a link in the description if you would like to go watch that unboxing and see all the beautiful cards and some not so beautiful cards in what I have recently got. Okay, for you though, we have Calendula with Purity, and those are such beautiful flowers. I almost selected a calendula flower as my logo here on Harmony Portal Tarot, but in the end I decided to go with a sunflower. I really do love the meanings of both of them though, so they're both equally beautiful flowers to use. And this is beautiful, Purity, and the card number 1. So brand new beginning, blank slate energy. We did kind of get that, I think it was in group 2 if I'm not mistaken, but really going back to your essence. This is an inner child energy if I ever saw one. It's so magical. We gotta appreciate this card a little closer. Let's get up here and really appreciate what's going on here. Got this little hobbit house kind of thing, this naked child running around out in the calendula, and this swing, a little birdies hanging out. I mean, the vibes on this card. Like, I would just want to disappear into this card and really meet up with my inner child. Maybe that's something you could do. Sorry, you couldn't see it. I was really looking at it, but there we go. You can see it now. I can't. It's got a glare now. But one thing you could do maybe is go into a meditation where you're in this place and meet up with your inner child and ask that inner child what they want. What do you want? What are your dreams? What are your desires? What do you want to manifest for us? And really see what that answer is, because you might be surprised. So that might be a little portion or bit of homework for you, group 3, almost called you group 2, that you can do after this is over or at a later time. We have Echinacea with Destiny. Yes, that word kept coming out, like just with this dreams here as well. You're having this sense of destiny meeting up with you, and we've got the numbers 1 and 30, so the number 31 might be relevant, or 130. You can look up those angel numbers or combination of those numbers, or we add them together, we've got a 4. But yeah, you really are, in 2023, tuning into the sense of your destiny, what it is you incarnated to do on this planet. Alright, what else is coming through for group 3 for the year 2023? Closing arguments, closing statements. There's 2, we need 1 more. Yes, and this deck is also on my deck haul over on The Done Creative. If it's posted, if not, watch that space, it'll be there. So we have, oh, I shuffled it upside down. We have Breakthrough. Yes, you're breaking through those old patterns, those old cycles, those old ways of showing up in your life, and saying no more to those past, unemotionally fulfilling connections, and really connecting on a deeper level to those that can really benefit you and you can benefit them, and it's like a symbiotic relationship. And then we have Attract Through Glow. Like I was saying about shining your light in all the dark places earlier, I think this one just really goes without saying. And yeah, just beautiful. We've got the numbers 29 and 18 and the number 10, Master Manifester. So you've had 3 cards of manifestation. The Four of Pen with manifestation, Master Manifester, and the Magician. I mean, broken record much. You guys really are tuning in to how to manifest the life you want, but you're realizing, so many of you, that you do gotta kind of go through the darkness to get to even more light, or to really integrate that shadow as part of your light this year in 2023. But you're here for it. I think you have signed up for the challenge, and because you guys, you and your own emotional connection to you is such a theme for you this year, that you, and being a universal year number 7, you're gonna have like double ambition to really learn and know thyself this year of 2023. So that's your message, group 3. Please feel free to let me know below what you thought, any stories you want to share. And we are reaching very close to 800 subscribers at the time of my posting this video. So please know that I am going to be doing a free reading giveaway, probably 3 of them. And I'm just going to be utilizing all of the past comments on all of the videos on my channel. So every comment you have made up to the day that I do the drawing, or the winner, basically counts as a entry into this giveaway. That is just going to be a big thank you to those that have been commenting and engaging on my channel. I really do appreciate it. If you're watching this right at the time of my posting and I haven't reached 1,000 subscribers yet, there's still time. You can leave comments here or on my other videos. Just don't spam. Don't just leave like a 1-word or an emoji comment and then like leave like 20 of those. That's not gonna help. Because then the algorithm will just see that as spam. They have to be thoughtful comments. That makes sense to you. Yeah, so that is what we're doing for the giveaway. So every comment you've made up to this point of me reaching 1,000 subscribers will act as a entry into the giveaway. And I want to say thanks again so much for your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and your donations. Your donations have literally been keeping this channel afloat. So thank you so much for that. And I really truly do hope to see you, group 3, right here back at Harmony Portal Tarot. All right, I love you guys so much. Bye!